You're listening to Career Compass with Patrick and Cha-Cha on Base 101.1 FM.
Career Compass, let's talk about what's happening in the workspace. Now, something is for sure, the world has changed, things are moving, people are starting to treat life a little differently. One of the things that I've noticed is the fact that traditional jobs are fast changing. People are no longer doing full-time employment. Now we hear a lot of freelancers, and I wonder if this is the way to go. I've got the one and only almighty HR Patrick Moore in the studio. Good morning. Welcome. There's an applause. Don't worry. The applause is coming. It's right here.
Let it come.
It's right here.
Now I can speak.
Now
Good
you
morning.
can speak.
Happy New Month, Cha-Cha.
Happy New Month. Let's start off real quick because we've gone 11 minutes down the timing. First of all, let's go straight in. This new system of traditional job, full-time and freelancing, what is it to you? What is a portfolio career and how is it different from traditional employment? Because in all honesty, when I hear freelancers, I'm like, what's going on?
All right, so I'll start off with this saying by Peter Cheese, the CEO of CIPD UK. Mm-hmm. He said the era of a job for life is over. Mm-hmm. So what you have now is what you call a lifetime of jobs.
Right.
So, for example, my mom worked in the public service, all throughout 35 years. She retired, they gave her long service award, and, she's a retiree now. That era is gone. I don't know how many, if you can get an employee to stay in a company for 2 years, you've achieved something. That's the average lifespan or tenure of employees in an organization now. Mm-hmm. So, like you said, there's a shift from traditional, and it's not just employees skipping jobs or hopping from one job to another. Now, the way the world is structured, people want to do more than one thing.
Right.
Nobody is satisfied doing just their 9 to 5. Your 9 to 5 your take home from your 9 to 5 can barely, like you said before, can barely take you to the bus stop. So people have to juggle, double their hustle one way or another. And in the process of doubling your hustle, you have your 9 to 5, you have your side gig, you have your main gig, you have your side gig, you have freelance job you're doing here and there. In fact, just to bet this, you have many professionals who have thriving gigs by the side. You have somebody who's accountant by day, does makeup by night. Yeah. I know someone who's an auditor by day, DJ by night. He has the DJ equipment and gear, and he's good.
Right.
So in this era, employers now just tend to try to look the other way because it's the new reality. It's not going anywhere. Gone in HR, we say, moonlighting once upon a time was a no. But right now, even as HR professionals, we have to look the other way.
Right. There's so many reasons why people are choosing freelancing and, different type of work environments. Why do you think a lot of professionals are choosing this?
Okay, so let me, I like picking on Gen Z, So to be honest with them, they grew up in a different world from ours, where in an era from millennials and above, they come from an era where you are trained in school for jobs that are supposed to exist. Mm-hmm. Those jobs don't really exist. So in order for them to survive, they take their destiny into their hands and they create the jobs they want for themselves. They create the career path for themselves. So the reason why more and more, I say, younger professionals are choosing it as against sticking to the traditional career path, it gives them, they want flexibility.
Right.
Imagine the war we go through in HR getting Gen Zs to come in for interviews. They want remote or nothing. All right. They want to have that autonomy. They don't want to be constricted into the 9 to 5 mode. Mm-hmm. They want to come to the office once or twice a week at most. If you can get more from them than once or twice a week, you're very lucky. Very lucky. So there's a rise of digital platforms. Once upon a time in our days, working abroad was traveling abroad to work. But now, right here in Nigeria, you can have a remote job in companies all over the world. So the competition for talent is stiffer.
Right.
So that employee working for you is working for a couple of other companies globally, is earning in dollars. Can you really match or meet that? No matter how much, the naira is putting your pay at a disadvantage. So look, employers just have to turn the other way. Like, nobody wants to lose their talent. And
True.
if you don't want to, you just have to be flexible.
Even the talent itself, sometimes people don't want to take that step or take that leap from moving from being full-time employment to freelancing. What would you say are the first steps that people should take or can take with transitions?
All right, so you want to transition from your traditional 9 to 5 to freelance or gig. The first thing you need to do is look at your skills, okay? What do you have to offer the market, okay? Look at, again, what's in demand. There are some in-demand skills out there. Look, you can never get it wrong with AI right now. There's, in fact, latest jobs out there. You now have, I went online over the weekend, and you know that you now have AI instructors, human beings who are being paid to train AI.
Oh, wow.
There was a Yoruba AI instructor.
Oh, wow.
Yes, it's a job, a real job. They're paying in dollars. So you know how to speak Yoruba. Your job is to sit down and train AI Yoruba language. Yeah, so look at what do you have to offer. It may even be as simple as, Chacha, you can speak Igbo now.
No, puts me on the spot.
There's probably an AI instructor job out there for you. If that's your skill, and I mean, some people have, more in-demand skill sets. If you have IT skill sets, graphics design, video editing, programming, data science, data analytics, these are very in-demand skills that the market will pay you for. All right, so once you know what you can do and you know what's available out there, start building a brand. Okay, let's say you have a skill set as a graphics designer. Okay, start building. You must have a portfolio. Join professional platforms like LinkedIn, Indeed, Upwork, Fiverr. These are platforms where you could showcase your personal brand, showcase some of the things you've done. I remember this wonderful graphic artist and does video illustration. He created the first ever video CV where he was singing. He was literally singing and rapping his entire resume.
Right. And
I understand that he got a job with, I've forgotten the name of the company, just by doing that. He showcased his brand. He branded himself and he put himself out there. Sometimes you need to save up for the transitioning from your, there's one thing about 9 to 5, it's stable, bankable income. You
True.
know that by X day of the month, you get X amount of money. But transitioning to freelance or gig, there's some insecurities that come along with that. All right. So you may need to have a financial cushion for that transition period so that your lifestyle and steez doesn't go down. No for your steez or no reduce your steez. Okay. Then you could start freelancing you could start freelancing as part-time before you transition fully into it.
I think that's one of the wisest things to do. I always say to people that if you want to move into something, start small before you get into it big time. Before you put your 2 legs in, just dip your toes.
Yeah, test the waters, test it by the side, and then you will know when the time is right to go, full to dive in all in, like you said. If you have a mentor, I mean, that's best shortcut. Have a mentor in the field of freelancing you want to go into. You want to go into video editing, have a mentor who will show you the ropes. You can learn either from your experience or somebody else's experience.
Is there a difference between being a freelancer sometimes and being an entrepreneur?
I think the major difference between an entrepreneur and a freelance is an entrepreneur, you probably set up a company, you've registered a company, it's a full-fledged business. But freelance, I mean, you just have a skill set that you sell, in your personal name. I just look, maybe not your traditional sole proprietor. You're not even there yet. You're just selling a skill in the marketplace.
Right. Okay. Now, how do you build a strong freelance portfolio? Because regardless of what type of job you're doing, you still also have to have that. You need to still tell people that this is where I'm at, this is what I'm doing. So how do you build that?
So, I mean, it's easy. So, for example, let's say you do nails by the side, right? You fix nails along with your 9 to 5, all right? You freelance, you do it freelance. You take jobs when the jobs are available. You have Instagram there. Set up an Instagram account or page, where you showcase nails that you've done. If it's makeup, you showcase jobs that you've done. If it's events management, you showcase events that you've managed. Maybe Chacha is a compare for events by the side. On her social media, on your Instagram, probably see videos of you comparing weddings, children's birthday parties, or whatever it is. You or high profile events that you compare as well. So you just have to have a platform where you showcase your portfolio of jobs that you've done. It would be nice to include client testimonials, okay? Happy stories from satisfied customers and clients, telling the story, not just you, telling the story of what a great job you do, what a great job you do as a photographer, as a DJ, as whatever freelance job you have by the side.
Now, there's one thing important that I would like to talk about real quick. Some people don't realize that the fact that you're a freelancer doesn't mean you should stop learning. I think there's an automatic mindset shift that I'm doing this, I'm not working for anybody, so my talent is my talent. Whatever I have, you have to go with it.
That's a wonderful point. And the truth is, change is the only constant, right? There's new technology coming out. The newest kid on the block is AI. What impact does AI have on your job? Many jobs are being taken over by AI. I mean, you're a programmer. Those programming languages that you were boasting that I know C++, I know C++. Somebody that doesn't know C++ but knows AI will know even more than you do because they know how to use AI. So don't stop learning, okay? The world keeps changing and evolving. You must keep up with the pace of change. New techniques, new equipment are coming out. Okay,
right.
Are you still using the same ancient and modern methods that you were doing as it was in the beginning? So yeah, I agree with you that you have to keep rolling with the punches, rolling with the pace of change in order for you to keep on being relevant.
Right. But what mindset shifts would you say are essential as we wrap up for a successful freelance career and in conclusion?
All right. So in conclusion, I mean, the major mindset shifts, I would say, like I said, moving from paid employment to freelance is that regimen. You're no more, there's no more a predictable regimen. You create your own regimen, you create your own schedule. All right, you're no longer just you are now a brand. A brand, Chacha brand. All right, you are Chacha. So whatever you can't just do things the way you used to do, because whatever you do reflects on your brand, which is why some of my friends, I wonder that shifted from paid employment to full-time, their part-time gig became their full-time. If you see the way they are dressing changed, and when I saw them, when I was like, guy, look at you, also that I was like, oh my guy, na packaging, even if there's no money, you must package now. Because you can't go to a client meeting looking hungry. You're no more representing a company, you're representing you. All right, so if you're not able to embrace uncertainty, freelancing may not. Just stick to the predictable life of being a paid employee, because some days there will be highs, some days there will be lows, some days there will be something in between that you can't predict. All right. And then value your time, set boundaries. Somebody once said, because you now manage your time, know clearly and fight. There's a difference between time wasters and things you invest your time in. You have to consciously fight against things that will waste your time, because your time is your most valuable resource.
Very well said. Any final thoughts to those who are thinking about, moving from traditional employment right now into freelancing?
Yeah, so freelancing is not just the fallback anymore. Any forward-thinking career person would choose to invest a little into freelancing, because, you can't put all your eggs in one basket anymore.
Very well said. Thank you so much, Base 101.1 FM. If you want to catch the almighty HR, how can they find you on socials?
I am Patrick, UMO, everywhere. Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, X, TikTok. Did I miss anyone out?
No, you didn't.
Everywhere except Twitch.
Patrick UMO, thank you so much. This is Base 101.1 FM Lagos. My name is Chacha.
You're listening to Career Compass with Patrick and Chacha on Base 101.1 FM.